Do you ever feel like sometimes you need to trust God a little bit more? I mean, I know I do for sure. And there's countless examples of it in the Bible, time and time and time again, of people who trusted God immensely with whatever was in front of them, even sometimes when they didn't want to. You know, I think back to when you hear about Moses leading God's people out of Egypt and the immense fear that must have taken place as all of these people who were slaves and led horrible, horrible lives full of difficulty and labor and everything that you could imagine slavery entails. They face these insurmountable odds, and then God moves mountains and makes all these ways for them to move. And then once Moses finally begins leading his people out, he calls them to go towards the Red Sea. And I can only imagine what some of them may have felt like in that moment, right? It's we're finally escaping, and you're going to lead us to the sea where we may be cornered, where we may be trapped by a wall of water that we can't get through. And even in that time, leading the way as they're going through and making their way to the Red Sea, God promised provision for them. It talks about it in Exodus. It says, "By day the Lord went ahead of them in a pillar of cloud to guide them on their way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light. And so in the day he shrouded them with cloud, and in the night he gave them fire." And Moses trusted him every step of the way. Every step of the way, even though I'm sure doubt crept into his heart at times, even though I'm sure it may be difficult, Moses decided to follow God and what he was leading him to do. So as he led his people to the Red Sea, and as he followed what God led, he continued to see God's provision through and through. And so as we worship together this evening and as we sing this song, this is a song all about God's provision. And so as we look at this and as we worship together and as we sing together, maybe consider, what Egypt is God leading you out of? What thing is God asking you to trust him with that you need to trust inherently and go with whatever he's leading you to go with? So as we sing about that, I invite you to think on that. I'll sing of all you've done. Dead there, swallowed up forever by the fury of your love. And you stepped into my Egypt. You took me by the hand. You marched me out in freedom into the promised land. Now I will not forget you, God. I'll sing of all you've done. Death has swallowed up forever by the fury of your love. You're the God who fights for me, Lord of every victory. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You